It's Sunday morning in Salt Lake City, Utah. That means wrestling at the Gateway. Hello, folks. Lauren Gardner here, the Cicerone, and welcome to Devotion Championship Wrestling. We've got a full card on the television docket today. After jumping the tag dudes at the Al Snow Wrestling Academy, Colorado, Mercury Yaden looks to get revenge on Atiba and Bruce Wayans in a 2-on-1 handicap match. In our main event, Josh Glade will be tagging up with someone of William Cutting's choosing to take on the Pillars of Wrestling. But first, we have a Samoan street fight between Reka Tehaka and Allie Gato. After weeks and weeks of pent-up frustration, we'll see who comes out on top. But first, let's check in with how the selection for Josh Glade's partner is going.
Shut up. Shut the hell up! It doesn't matter who your partner is. You really think I'm gonna go in there and get my hands dirty with those two barbarians? You pathetic meat sack! No. See, I've got the taser right here in my back pocket. You don't want that, do you? It hurts you, doesn't it? Doesn't it? If you win, you get time with the doll. Now I'm gonna go make sure your partner's ready. Capiche?
We now turn to the ring, where Reka Tehaka is making her entrance. One of the fastest rising superstars here at Devotion Championship. Oh my gosh! Allie Gato starting out this Samoan street fight right out of the gate with a crutch. A crutch, as you all know, designed to support more than a full human's body weight, now being used to crush the throat of Reka Tehaka by the illustrious Allie Gato. But in a Samoan street fight, it is anything goes. Though the tables have turned now with Reka wielding the crutch as her own personal Excalibur, and the devoted faithful clearly behind the Polynesian Savage. Reka using the crutch, but not as a crutch for herself, to her own benefit, goes for the cover. This is not it. The match continues. Samoan street fight does have to end with a pinfall or submission, despite the fact that there are no grounds for disqualification. Harkening back to episode 1 of the Samoan death match, pulling out the alligator that she used on Porter Blake. Now it is Allie Gato who is feeling the wrath of the reptile. But this cat is always on her feet, spry enough to reverse and come back with a double knee backbreaker. Goes for the cover. Reka kicks out at 2, and this match is just getting started, folks. Thanks for joining us. Allie Gato right now using the tail of the alligator to gag Reka Tehaka. Reka struggling to get it out of her mouth. There she goes. And she gets a heel right to the spine for all of her trouble. Allie Gato taking some time to introduce the fans into her feline vocabulary. It's more than meow, I'll tell you that. Now a snap suplex has got Gato in the lead thus far, rolling out of the ring. Where is she go? Harkening back to the last time these two competitors faced each other. Yes, there was trash cans involved. Reka Tehaka ended up feeling the wrath of the trash cans, despite she being the one to introduce them into the ring. This time it is Allie Gato, and this time it's all legal. Looks like she's pulled out a few things, a crutch, another crutch, a belt, now pulling apart these metal trash cans. She's got something planned for Reka, but Reka anticipates that telegraphed move, comes in with a front kick. The two now vying for position, and just like Danielson against Cobra Kai, Reka sweeps the leg, goes up, stomping in the back of Gato, comes back, stomping right on the chest with a step up from the trash can. Our official Kelly checking on to Gato kicks out at 2. Happy to have Kelly here with us from Colorado. Great talent to have here. Reka has put more than the lid on this trash. Allie Gato, vulnerable. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at the damage she's doing to the trash can. Just imagine the sound, the feel, the discombobulation, and the pain that Gato is feeling right now. Reka is far from finished. Pulling Gato up to her legs, putting her in position for what appears to be a suplex. Oh, beautiful sprawl and block right there from Gato. Sprawls again, blocking. Gato's the one who turns the tables and delivers a snap suplex into the can. Oh my gosh! This is vicious. Gato now going over and pulling out the belt that she brought in. Oh, and wrapping it around Reka's throat. Reka, I believe, able to get a hand in between the belt and her throat. Is able to pull it off. Gato insulting the significant other of Reka Tehaka, that is the DCW champion, Manny Lemons. Gato pulling Tehaka into the corner, and the cat scratch fever. Oh, and if you look at the nails of Gato, she grows them intentionally long just for that purpose. And now stretching Tehaka by the hair and by the leg against the hardest part of the ring post. My goodness. What won't Allie Gato do? What lows of the litter box won't she dig through to pull out in this match? Allie Gato still in control at this point. Picking up the crutch. Using it as a maneuvering stick. Oh, and right back to the throat. Right back to the throat. This time Reka has not got her hand in there. But it appears that this kitty wants to play with her prey a little bit more. I can't even fathom the damage that has been done to the voice box, the trachea, the throat of Reka Tehaka at this point. And Allie Gato throwing the can, which has already been destroyed, into Reka's face. Something else planned here for the strategy of the fiercest feline. Meanwhile, I'm sure it's all that Reka Tehaka can do to breathe, to get sufficient air through her lungs right now. Gato goes for the senton, but Tehaka moves out of the way, spry enough to see it coming, getting out of the way, and this is Tehaka's chance. This is her chance to come back and show Gato, to show the locker room that she is more than just arm candy of Manny Lemons. She is a competitor. She is a force to be reckoned with. And Gato is feeling the full effects of that force unleashed. Oh my goodness! Driving the can right into the spine of Allie Gato. Reka Tehaka pulls Gato up by the hair. Pulls her in. Reversed by Gato, thrown hard into the turnbuckle. And look at Tehaka staring down Gato. The two locked in visual combat. In charge is Gato. Tehaka again moves out of the way. As vicious are her chops, so too are her kicks. Demonstrated right there with a perfect pump kick, putting Gato down on her back, but Reka is not finished yet. This is for all of you, she yells. Going up to the top rope. The TP for Liga puts Gato on her back, goes for the cover too. That's it, folks. Reka Tehaka victorious.
The match, the Polynesian Savage, Reka Tehaka.
Allie Gato brought out everything she had, literally everything she had, stashed away, and she still couldn't beat Reka Tehaka. Beautifully done, leaving no doubt that she is a force that cannot be taken. Oh, no, look out. Oh! Gato coming back after the match has been decided, leaving her mark. Sword doesn't even begin to magnify the adjectives needed to describe this loser. Now using the belt, whipping Reka Tehaka again. Oh, and choking her out. The match is over. Kelly jumping in, pulling Gato off of Reka Tehaka. Separated now, it appears that Reka is shaken, but no doubt she is not stopped. Folks, don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we have the Rocky Mountain Showdown to settle the grudge of Rocky Mountain Pro. Then in our main event, the Pillars of Destiny will be taking on Josh Glade and whomever William Cutting has chosen as his partner. Welcome back to Devotion Championship Wrestling. We are all set for the Rocky Mountain Showdown. In the ring, Bruce Wayans and Atiba taking on Mercury Yaden. Mercury Yaden by himself tonight after Bruce Wayans and Atiba attacked Yaden and Curtis Cole at the Rocky Mountain Pro training facilities at the Al Snow Wrestling Academy, Colorado. I think Mercury Yaden a little confused here. He's normally a member of a tag team, so for him to get in the ring, I think his instinct is that he, needs to be tagged. Referee Dewey Larson obliges, and Mercury Yaden steps in to face off against the final boss, Bruce Wayans. Bruce Wayans and Atiba taking umbrage with the tag dudes, in that they think they are the true representation of Colorado here in DCW. Some great amateur skills right there with a duck under to a amateur-style suplex by Mercury Yaden. He's got the singlet to boot, folks. He is pure wrestling. Collar Novo tie-up, and into the ropes go both competitors, and the corner goes Bruce Wayans. Dewey giving a 5 count. Mercury Yaden respectfully disengages. Great drop toe hold takedown right there. Into a half Nelson cradle. Kicks out at 1. Some very great technical skills we're seeing from Mercury Yaden thus far. Now into a sleeper hold. Referee Dewey Larson making sure that the chin is in the crook of the elbow, so it's still a legal hold. Atiba breaks it with an uppercut to the gut, and in comes the Jet and Jeet Kundo master, Atiba. For Atiba and Bruce Wayans, I can only speculate that they believe that this is their comeuppance in Colorado wrestling, that, that they are ready to show the master who has truly grown. I mean, and in all honesty, without Mercury Yaden, without Curtis Cole, there isn't really anyone being trained professionally by someone who's reputable in the area. So in Colorado, that is. So they've got a lot to prove here. And for Mercury Yaden thus far, it has been a clinic. Goes for a cover. 1. Kicks out at 1, does Atiba. Atiba always in great shape. Has one of the prettiest drop kicks in the business. But right now, I think size and experience is what is really weighing on the side for Mercury Yaden. Albeit he had a disadvantage, a 2-on-1 handicap match. Now, Wayans and Atiba still do have to tag in and out. Tag was made to Bruce Wayans. Atiba slow to get out, but it's quickly shed and beautifully done by the veteran Mercury Yaden. He is like an octopus, not wanting to let go. Atiba gets out, and Bruce Wayans delivers a sliding downward elbow. Bruce Wayans always one to chat it up with the fans during a match. However, he is one of those competitors, one of those rare competitors, whose bite is just as vicious as his bark. Oh, devastating right to the lower back of Mercury Yaden. Yaden, again, not able to get any sort of rest in this match as a tag team competitor. That's what he's used to being able to do, but we are seeing some fantastic tag team continuity right now between Atiba and Bruce Wayans. Atiba goes for the cover, and Mercury Yaden kicks out. Bruce Wayans, who was so confident that that was going to be the ceiling pinfall, he didn't even bother to get up on the apron after he tagged out, but he may have to get himself back involved in this match instead of losing fans and followers on the outside of the ring. As is for Atiba, on the ground against a much larger, both in weight and in reach, is not where you want to be, and I think this gives Mercury Yaden a definite advantage at this point. Oh my, yes, we're gonna see it. Look at that, folks. Beautiful gut-wrench suplex right there from Mercury Yaden. 1, 2. Atiba gets up at 2 3/8. I am definitely impressed with the technical prowess that we've seen thus far in this match from Mercury Yaden. This old dog is showing that the classics still pop. Yaden looks like he's going for a scoop. Atiba able to use his agility to get out of the way. And in comes the final boss with a lariato to bring the veteran down to his back. Now there is a scoop slam of his own. And now he's calling for it. The most devastating, no, he missed it. He missed his signatured elbow. And I believe that this has given Mercury Yaden, he's pulled something out of his trunks in his right hand. A solid punch brings down Bruce Wayans. I can only imagine it was the brass knuckles that we've seen him employ before, but coming back with a chin buster has Bruce Wayans on the other side of the advantage arrow. The two seem to be struggling for, Wayans has got the knuckles. And he puts them back in his pants right there, and Mercury Yaden is out. That's it, folks. Atiba and Bruce Wayans get the win.
The team of Atiba and Bruce Wayans.
Definitely frustrating for Mercury Yaden, and I can only imagine even more so for Curtis Cole, who is watching from home, recovering from the injuries sustained by the hands of Atiba and Bruce Wayans. Folks, earlier today, Grunt Style Stable's First Sergeant Tim Jensen was assaulted outside the DCW arena. Let's go to the surveillance footage now.
Surprise! What the fuck? What are you doing? Distracting me.
Yeah, you fascist! How do you like that? Huh? Kick him again! Kick him again! Oh, yeah, you get cancer smoking those, you fascist! Our actions speak louder than words! Get him again! Don't forget us!
So it all comes down to this. Next week, me in a ring with 3 individuals who want to beat my ass. A few weeks ago, I meant what I said about these 3 individuals. About them being the pillars of Devotion Championship Wrestling. Boys, we're not buddies. We're not partners. And we sure hell ain't friends no more. Next week, you better bring everything you got. Because by the love of my lemons, it's on.
You don't want to miss it. Next week, the Fatal 4-Way for the DCW Championship. But in the ring right now, Josh Glade, under the control of He Holds the Power, William Cutting. Now we will finally get to see who William Cutting was able to tag up with Josh Glade. Oh, I think I know who this is. That's right, folks. The Bearded Lady. Making her sophomore appearance here on Devotion Championship Wrestling Television. Follow her on Instagram. There she is, folks, the Bearded Lady. I tell you what, from what I saw earlier this morning in the locker room, she has yet to satiate that thirst for kissing boys. So we'll see if that plays into her strategy today. If you haven't seen their opponents before, you're in for a treat, folks. Let me tell you that. Hunter and Titan are the type of men that would make John Coulter and Jim Bridger seem like metrosexuals. These guys are men's men. And maybe I can't even qualify it with a gender-specific thing like that. It's more like these are cavemen's men, harkening back to a time when it was eat or be eaten. These guys never disappoint when it comes to physical combat and unabashed chaos. Having grown up near Yellowstone, I can honestly say that that's a bear on his head, folks. I asked my production assistant earlier today which one was Hunter and which one was Titan, and they were far too afraid to go and ask. So we'll just assume one is the other and the other is one. Bearded Lady seems to have a strategy here. Fair enough. She says she plans on putting one on each of these two. We'll see if that comes to fruition or not. But hey, if anyone can do it, it's the Bearded Lady. We've seen what she's capable of. But right now, Hunter coming right in with a right cross and drops the Domina Barbatos into the corner. She is thrown, keeping her in that corner. Good strategy for the tag team. In comes Titan. And Hunter not participating, but staring down the Bearded Lady. And look at Titan's power. Oh my gosh, doesn't even take time to admire his handiwork, just stares into the camera and then goes right back to stomping his mucklucks right into the Bearded Lady's back. Now, going into his own corner again. Great tag team continuity here. This is the way that a good tag team strategizes. Both Titan and Hunter in the ring. Off the ropes comes the Bearded Lady, up in the air, and I don't think anyone is getting up from a double choke slam like that. Good night, Irene. I wonder if Irene is the Bearded Lady's Christian name. Anyway, oh my goodness, Titan with a self headbutt, driving his own head right into the kidneys of the Bearded Lady. But the Bearded Lady pulling out what she thought could have been her secret weapon, her feminine wilds, but Titan was too quick and delivered a headbutt instead. In comes Hunter and immediately starts stomping his mucklucks into the Bearded Lady's head. We have yet to see any help come from the likes. Oh my gosh, a double fish hook. Oh. Luckily, our seasoned referee Sean there to start the count. And, you know, it's nice to have people that respect the count, but come on, choking the Bearded Lady with their own beard? Come on now. Anyone with a beard knows that that's just untouchable territory. You don't go there. Clearly, the Pillars have worked together as a unit for quite some time. It seems like they are finishing each other's sandwiches at this point. Each move sets up another as the Bearded Lady is pitched right into the ring post, with Titan there to run interference, and Hunter gets her back into the ring. Again, we have yet to see any help from Josh Glade as being directed by William Cutting. Cutting, who along with Lola has been in the high-stakes game of hot potato for the doll and thus the control and free will of Josh Glade. I'm sure the bearded lady would only wish that that power could be used to her benefit right now. Titan has got something planned right here. He sets up, goes for a big elbow drop, but the bearded lady able to evade not once, but now twice. She gets a tag from Josh Glade, and Josh Glade comes in, fighting for what he hopes is just a few minutes with his beloved doll. And he is a man possessed at this point, a man unhinged. And just like Samson in the Temple of Dagon, he brings down the two pillars. With the doll held outside so that he can see it. Wait, Lola kicking, cutting below the equator and thus getting the doll. Lola is urging Glade to follow her, but the match is still going. Glade following in pursuit of Lola and the doll, but what does this mean for the bearded lady? As Hunter takes the bearded lady onto his shoulders, runs her right into the turnbuckle. Oh gosh, slamming her right into the middle of the ring. Titan goes up to the second rope, a diving headbutt, and both men go for the pin. That's it, folks. The Pillars of Destiny make a strong debut here at Devotion Championship Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. As always, I've been your host, Lauren Gardner, the Cicerone. Make sure to tune in next week as we will have our Fatal 4-Way for the DCW Championship. And until next time, stay devoted.
Now I will kill you.